Randall Hughes with God Glorified, and we're reading today for June the 21st, and our reading is from the time of Jeroboam and Rehoboam at the divided kingdom after 945 BC, and some amazing reading we have for today. We're going to begin with the 15th verse of 2 Chronicles 11, and it reads, "And he ordained him priests," speaking of Jeroboam, "for the high places and for the devils and for the calves which he had made." And now begin chapter 13. "And behold, there came a man of God out of Judah by the word of Yahweh unto Bethel. And Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense. And he cried against the altar in the word of Yahweh, and said, O altar, altar, thus saith Yahweh, behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David, Josiah by name, and upon thee shall he offer the priest of the high places that burn incense upon thee, and men's bones shall be burnt upon thee. And he gave a sign the same day, saying, This is the sign which Yahweh hath spoken. Behold, the altar shall be rent, and the ashes that are upon it shall be poured out. And it came to pass, when King Jeroboam heard this saying of the man of God, which had cried against the altar in Bethel, that he put forth his hand from the altar, saying, Lay hold on him. And his hand which he put forth against him dried up, so that he could not pull it in again to him. It dried out. He could not pull it back in. The altar was rent, and the ashes poured out from the altar, according to the sign which the man of God had given by the word of Yahweh. And the king answered and said unto the man of God, Entreat now the face of Yahweh thy God, and pray for me that my hand may be restored me again. And the man of God besought Yahweh, and the king's hand was restored him again, and became as it was before. And the king said unto the man of God, Come home with me, and refresh thyself, and I will give thee a reward. And the man of God said unto him, the king, If thou wilt give me half thy house, I will not go in with thee, neither will I eat bread nor drink water in this place. For so it was charged me by the word of Yahweh, saying, Eat no bread, nor drink water, nor turn again by the same way that thou camest. So he went another way, and returned not by the way that he came to Bethel. Now there dwelt an old prophet in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works that the man of God had done that day in Bethel. And the words which he had spoken unto the king, them they told also to their father. And their father said unto them, What way went him? For his sons had seen what way the man of God went, and which came from Judah. And he said unto his sons, Saddle me the donkey. So they saddled him the donkey, and he rode thereon, and went after the man of God, and found him sitting under an oak. And he said unto him, Art thou the man of God that camest from Judah? And he said, I am. Then he said unto him, Come home with me and eat bread. And he said, I may not return with thee, nor go in with thee, neither will I eat bread nor drink water with thee in this place. For it was said to me by the word of Yahweh, Thou shalt eat no bread nor drink water there, nor turn again to go by the way that thou camest. He said unto him, I am a prophet also, as thou art. And an angel spake unto me by the word of Yahweh, saying, Bring him back with thee into thy house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. So he went back with him, and did eat bread in his house, and drank water. And it came to pass, as they sat at the table, that the word of Yahweh came unto the prophet that brought him back. And he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah, saying, Thus saith Yahweh, For as much as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of Yahweh, and hast not kept the commandment which Yahweh thy God commanded thee, but camest back and hast eaten bread and drunk water in the place of the which Yahweh did say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water, thy carcass shall not come unto the sepulchre of thy fathers. And it came to pass, after he had eaten bread and after he had drunk, that he saddled for him the donkey, to wit, for the prophet whom he had brought back. And when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him, and his carcass was cast in the way, and the donkey stood by it. The lion also stood by the carcass, and behold, men passed by and saw the carcass cast in the way, and the lion standing by the carcass, and they came and told it in the city where the old prophet dwelt. And when the prophet that brought him back from the way heard thereof, he said, it is the man of God who was disobedient unto the word of Yahweh. Therefore Yahweh hath delivered him unto the lion, which hath torn him and slain him according to the word of Yahweh, which he spake unto him. And he spake unto his sons and said, saddle me the donkey. And they saddled him. And he went and found his carcass cast in the way, and the donkey and the lion standing by the carcass. The lion had not eaten the carcass, nor torn the donkey. And the prophet took up the carcass of the man of God, and laid him on the donkey, and brought it back. And the old man came to the city to mourn, and to bury him. And he laid his carcass in his own grave, and they mourned over him, saying, alas, my brother. And it came to pass after he had buried him that he spake to his son, saying, when I am dead, then bury me in the sepulchre when the man of God is buried. Lay my bones beside his bones. For the saying which he cried by the word of Yahweh against the altar in Bethel, and against all the house of the high places which are in the cities of Samaria, shall surely come to pass. After this thing, Jeroboam returned not from his evil way, but made again of the lowest of the people priest of his high places. Whosoever would, he consecrated him, and he became one of the priests of the high places. And this thing became sin unto the house of Jeroboam, even to cut it off, and to destroy it from off the face of the earth. And so that's in the portion of reading from Israel. We're going to go back now and begin with Judah. And we'll be at 2 Chronicles chapter 11. We're going to begin by reading verses 13, 14, 16, 17, and then jump back to 5. We'll go forward from there. And the priest and the Levites, 2 Chronicles 11:13, and the priest and the Levites that were in all Israel resorted to him out of all their coasts, referring to Rehoboam. For the Levites left their suburbs and their possession and came to Judah and Jerusalem, for Jeroboam and his sons had cast them off from executing the priest office unto Yahweh. And after them out of all the tribes of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek Yahweh God of Israel, came to Jerusalem to sacrifice unto Yahweh God of their fathers. So they strengthened the kingdom of Judah and made Rehoboam the son of Solomon strong. 3 years. For 3 years they walked in the way of David and Solomon. Backing up to verse 5. And Rehoboam dwelt in Jerusalem and built cities for defense in Judah. He built even Bethlehem and Etam and Tekoa and Bethzur and Shoko and Adullam and Gath and Marashah and Ziph and Adoram and Lachish and Azekah and Zorah and Aijalon and Hebron, which are in Judah, and in Bethlehem fenced cities. And he fortified the strongholds and put captains in them, and stores of victuals and of oil and wine. And in every several city he put shields and spears, and made them exceeding strong, having Judah and Benjamin on his side. Now 2 Chronicles 11, verse 18. And Rehoboam took him Mahalath, the daughter of Jeremoth, the son of David, to wife, and Abiahel, the daughter of Eliab, the son of Jesse, which bare him children, Jush, and Shemira, and Zaham. And after her he took Maachah, the daughter of Absalom, which bare him Abijah, and Attiah, and Ziza, and Shelomith. And Rehoboam loved Maachah, the daughter of Absalom, above all his wives and his concubines, for he took 18 wives and 80 concubines, and begat 28 sons and 80 daughters. And Rehoboam made Abijah, the son of Maachah, the chief, to be ruler among his brethren. He thought to make him king. And he dwelt wisely and dispersed of all his children throughout all the countries of Judah and Benjamin unto every fenced city, and he gave them victuals in abundance, and he desired many wives. And now, 2 Chronicles chapter 12. And it came to pass, when Rehoboam had established the kingdom and had strengthened himself, and he forsook the law of Yahweh, and all Israel with him, and he did evil because he prepared not his heart to seek Yahweh. Chapter 14 of 1 Kings, verses 22 and following. And Judah did evil in the sight of Yahweh, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins, which they committed above all that their fathers had done. For they also built them high places and images and groves on every high hill and under every green tree. And there were also Sodomites in the land, and they did according to all the abominations of the nations which Yahweh cast out before the children of Israel. And it came to pass in the 5th year of King Rehoboam that Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, and he took away the treasures of the house of Yahweh and the treasures of the king's house. He even took away all. And he took away all the shields of gold which Solomon had made. And King Rehoboam made in their stead brazen shields, and committed them unto the hands of the chief of the guard, which kept the door of the king's house. And it was so, when the king went into the house of Yahweh, that the guard bare them and brought them back into the guard chamber. Back to 2 Chronicles chapter 12, verse 2. And it came to pass that in the 5th year of King Rehoboam, we're now in 2 Chronicles 12, 5th year of King Rehoboam, that Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, because they had transgressed against Yahweh. The 1,200 chariots, with 1,200 chariots and 70,000 horsemen, and the people were without number that came with him out of Egypt. And Lubims, the Shukims, and the Ethiopians, and he took the fenced cities which pertained to Judah, and came to Jerusalem. Then came Shemaiah the prophet to Rehoboam, and to the princes of Judah that were gathered together to Jerusalem because of Shishak, and said unto them, Thus saith Yahweh, Ye have forsaken me, and therefore have I also left you in the hand of Shishak. Whereupon the princes of Israel and the king humbled themselves, and they said, Yahweh is righteous. And when Yahweh saw that they humbled themselves, the word of Yahweh came to Shemaiah, saying, They have humbled themselves, therefore I will not destroy them, but I will grant them some deliverance, and my wrath shall not be poured out upon Jerusalem by the hand of Shishak. Nevertheless, they shall be his servants, and they may know my service and the service of the kingdoms of the countries. So Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, and took away the treasures of the house of Yahweh and the treasures of the king's house. He took all. He carried away also the shields of gold which Solomon had made, instead of which King Rehoboam made shields of brass, and committed them to the hands of the chief of the guard that kept the entrance of the king's house. And when the king entered into the house of Yahweh, the guard came and fetched them, and brought them again unto the guard chamber. And when he humbled himself, the wrath of Yahweh turned from him, that he would not destroy him altogether. And also in Judah, things went well. And that will conclude our reading for today, for June the 21st. I pray you're blessed. In Jesus' name.